Hello and welcome back to the 162 in Arlington podcast. Um, Today we are going to discuss the Rangers sweeping the Mariners. Usually we film like reactions to the game right after and then put all three games together, but this time we've just decided to talk about the series as a whole in one sitting. So the series has ended as we're recording this. Uh, the Rangers sweep the Mariners, which I guess let's talk like overall thoughts on that concept of just the Rangers sweeping the Mariners because the Rangers have been so bad against the Mariners the last 2 years, going 3-10. Obviously, they could still go 3-10 now. This is only the first series, but they didn't win a series against the Mariners last year, and I mean, the cat in the bag, is that a phrase? I don't know. Is that the Mariners did play very bad this series. They did play very bad this series, and that is something to admit. Um, their pitching was their defense. They've never really been known as a good defensive team, but how bad their offense was pretty shocking because usually when the Rangers face them, the Mariners decide to be that offense that lives up to all their potential, and this time they weren't that. Um, but to sweep the Mariners is so big on just so many levels, and I think for the state of this team, it means so much. So, what are your like overall thoughts on the Rangers sweeping the Mariners?
I think it's a big momentum shift. I mean, came home and you had a pretty shitty series against the Reds, where your offense really just did not click at all. To go from that to sweeping the team that you definitely struggled the most with one of the starters you struggled the most with, you hit him. Well, not hit him, but you got to him. Um, you, I don't know. I know this team's offense is still shit, but there is like some difference in the clubhouse and just in general with this team compared to those last two seasons. I mean, yeah, 2 years, man. They would have never, you would never see this, man. On so many things like the like, yeah, the Seattle always plays good, but there's always an element of choke that the Rangers have when they played the Mariners or the Astros or something like that. They always choke somehow. They didn't choke. They just timely hits and good pitching, and then they won the series. So I don't know. Big momentum shift. It's about to get shat on by the Dodgers, but you know,
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. They're playing well. All right, so now let's go to game one. Game one, Rangers versus Mariners. So I mean, we're gonna kind of talk about these games sequentially, but all the games are pretty much the same. They won the first game 2-1, second game 3-2, third game 3-0. Um, and a lot of credit has to be given to the Rangers pitching staff, and that the biggest difference between the Rangers series and the Red series is the pitching was a lot better, and Schumacher went to the right guys in the bullpen. That's for sure. I did think the at bats were better. I did think it's still like in this ballpark, man. It's just warning track central. Like every hard hit ball just dies in this ballpark, which sucks. Um, but I think okay, we'll talk about the pitching in all three of these games. So we got Degrom, Evaldi, and Gore. Degrom went 5 innings, 1 run. Evaldi went 6 innings, 2 runs. Gore went 5 innings, no runs. They all looked really good, like pitched very well. I think Degrom and Gore just did what they were doing before. Evaldi was a massive bounce back from where he was. Um, I mean, the stuff was still there for Evaldi in the first two starts. It was just location and trying to get hitters to chase more. It was kind of just he was throwing everything down the middle before. So his location looked back. So I think you're very confident with all the starting pitchers right now. So what's your thoughts on the three starters that went?
they're all solid. Do what they're supposed to do. Again, it's the thing I said before. I don't think these starters are going to. It's a good rotation, but I'm still nervous because I think the bullpen's going to have to put in a lot of work because these starters are not going to go long in game. These are all strikeout artists. Even Evaldi now, strikeout artist, man. 7 Ks in the start, I think. But yeah, and then you got the 9 Ks from Gore and the 8 from Degrom, I think. But and then Leiter strikes out a ton as well. And then you got Rocker or Latz, whoever it is. Not really a strikeout, but like, yeah, it's gonna be tough for these guys to go deep in games if they're like strikeout guys, but then again, they give us good starts and stuff. But I don't know. It just gives more room for the bullpen to show faults. That's my only real thing. But they look good. I mean, DeGrom looked like DeGrom. Gore, I think, had a little bit of command issues, but he sorted that out. And then Evaldi was just doing his thing.
Yeah. Um, I do think that uh, yeah, I think we can move to the bullpen now, right? Because oh yeah, what I wanted to say was in terms of the bullpen, it feels like the Rangers have their guys now. It feels like they have 8 guys that they like legitimately. I don't think there's a guy in the bullpen that the Rangers don't like. There's definitely guys you trust more. But I think this bullpen is in a good spot relatively. Um, and Schumacher, credit to him, he made his closer decision early and went with the right guy early. If you guys remember last year, we had Luke Jackson closing games for 2 months, and it took till mid-August for Sean Armstrong, who was clearly our best reliever in the pen, to be put in as a closer. So credit to Schumacher for making this decision quick and not just riding it out with Robert Garcia and Chris Martin. Otherwise, they probably would have lost 2 of these games. And they opted to go with Jacob Junis in the ninth, which was the right decision because he's been just such a consistent strike thrower and in Globe Life Field, just being a consistent strike thrower that can mix their pitches efficiently works. And between, let's see, first, let's see what it was. Junis and Cole Winn stood out in this series. Also, Robert Garcia, um, right, and Jacob Latz. Those were the guys that really pitched the late innings. But I'm just gonna go through who the relievers that pitched. So in the first game, Degrom went 5 innings. Beeks went 1 inning. He's trusted right now. Looked really good. Tyler Alexander went 2/3. He looks really good. Colwyn went a third of an inning. Robert Garcia, you trust him in certain matchups. Like if there's a lefty matchup, you trust him. And then Junis for the ninth, just the ultimate strike thrower. Second game, Evaldi went 6 innings. Jacob Latz looked really good, um, going 2 innings, 2 strikeouts, just pounding the zone. Junis shut down the ninth, then again, and then today, um, Gore went 5 innings, and then Chris Martin, Curvelo, who looked really good, and then Cole Winn. So the Rangers have guys in the pen that they really like. Um, yeah, it was encouraging to see Schumacher go with Junis in the ninth, 2 weeks in, made the right call. And it feels like as of now, it's Junis in the ninth. I think Cole Winn is the next guy as he closed out today's game. And then everyone else is in like a pretty good trust tree right now. Luis Curvelo even looked really good today. So I think the pen's in a really nice spot to where even if the starters are gonna go 5, I think they have enough bullets to like get them a win, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this pen is. There's not a guy in this pen right now that's like he goes into the game and you're like, yeah, this guy's about to blow the game. Unless they're in the ninth. Like if you put
Unless
them,
it's Robert
I
Garcia
mean,
in a bad
yeah,
spot.
yeah, but like, I mean, one guy you got to highlight is Jacob Latz. This man is not allowed to hit, not allowed to walk. He might
Yeah,
be
0 for 28.
0 for 28.
No, he's allowed
He's
walks.
allowed to
He's
walk.
allowed walks. It's 0 for
Yeah,
28.
but he. I know Rocker got the fifth. He deserved the fifth starting role, man. He really did. It's just bullpen needs is the only reason he's in the pen.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, the bullpen was great. Bullpen was great.
Yeah,
Um, I'm very like pleasantly surprised with where this bullpen's at. The bullpen was in a fish crazy because in the Red Series, the bullpen was in a very fishy spot. But then Schumacher made the right decision to bring up Junis and win and lower the roles of Chris Martin and Robert Garcia. So I think the bullpen's in a great spot. I think the starting pitching's in a great spot. So now let's talk offense. Um, the funny thing is, right? Or do you have anything else to say about the pitching or no?
no, not really.
Yeah, so heading to the offense. The funny thing is, they scored 8 runs in this series. Probably half of those runs came from the Mariners playing bad defense. You look at the 3 runs today, you look at one of the runs Randy Rosarina probably could have caught Jake Berger's double against Logan Gilbert. So probably half these runs could have been prevented. Even like Jock Peterson's infield single, it felt like that could have been an out. The Mariners just didn't played very sloppy all around. Um, but that's not the Rangers' fault. We'll take series sweeps. It doesn't matter how bad the Mariners played. Um, Nimmo is still hitting, which is nice. 360 with the 904 OPS. Not the best series for him, but like
Tough matchups.
it's I don't think Rangers fans have made like a big enough statement on how big Nimmo has been for this team so far. They legitimately would be like what we're 12 games in, they would have been like 2-10 if they didn't have Nimmo, or 3-9, something like that. They would be in a really bad spot if they didn't do the Nimmo Semien trade. So credit to Nimmo. Langford's still pressing. They need him to step up, and I think he is truly the big guy here that needs to step up. Um, and then Seager, base pitchers that he doesn't have too much success on. Again, like the thing is, up and down the lineup, guys were hitting the ball hard. Like I did feel like they were putting together better at bats than they did against the Mariners last 2 years. So I will give them credit there. The ball just does not fly in this stadium. Um, and so genuinely up and down the lineup, I thought Berger gave good at bats. I thought Peterson gave good at bats. Carter, same thing. Like even though these guys don't have the results, I think everyone's putting together good at bats, and hopefully, with them going on the road now, I think it's 3 series on the road now, right? Dodgers, A's,
A's.
and then Mariners again. Hopefully, fingers crossed that the offense can come to life on the road with the pen and starting pitching kind of sorting themselves out. Also on the starting pitching, I think this is very early in the season, so I think guys are gonna throw more innings as the year goes on. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the offense?
My thoughts. I know you said so. Four of those runs are unearned, right? You said, in your opinion,
Well, not
unearned,
unearned.
but
Just the Mariners played a
yeah,
little bit sloppy
yeah,
defense. They're not
sloppy.
unearned. They earned those runs.
Yeah, but my point is, what would the score be if we were not playing in Globe Life Field? Like
Yeah, that's true.
Smith hit a homer today, that would have probably gone out. Berger hit a homer, that probably gone out. Like it probably would have been like a 6-0 game, and it just didn't because of Globe Life Field. Like it's you got to like say, man, it's like you can't you can't knock this offense. I mean, it just sucks. Smitty, especially, man, that man's getting shafted up like every game.
Yeah,
That man gets shafted every game. It's ridiculous. But
yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's just I think the offense. One, it's early, and two, I still think what was there in the road series is still present. And yeah, that red series was bad, but they've seemed to gone back to form. I mean, the fact they got to George Kirby is crazy. The fact they got 3 runs
yeah.
off Kirby is
For
crazy. Like
him,
I would have
yeah,
never expected that. So
yeah,
I mean, it was crazy because like you could like tell, man, because this guy was like, okay, I'm just gonna do the same shit I've done for years. I'm just gonna pump fastballs down the middle to everybody. And Higgy turned on one. Like I was actually shocked, bro.
yeah. Fair play, man. Fair play to Higgy. I was actually surprised Higgy didn't play today because he was the only one that really looked on time with the fastball.
Yeah.
So I was surprised he didn't play today. Yeah, it's very like, yeah, we're sick
Oh
of
yeah.
George Kirby to be
Yeah.
honest.
Signature.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay,
What's up?
here's my point on George Kirby going 8 innings. I do not care about that because he throws strikes. You're a team that struggled against him, and you know he's just gonna pump the zone with fastballs. So if he goes 8 innings, he goes 8 innings. Trust your pitching staff and just score the run. Get your
Yep.
solo homer and just move on because that's all you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, just win, man. Just find a way to win. And that's what they did today. Or sorry, yesterday. It did all throughout the series, and like you said, I hope that we get that road offense on the road for this upcoming road trip. I do. Zeke Duran also looking really good. We did get some news that Young's dealing with some sort of a like back issue, not back issue, just some sort of an injury. So Zeke Duran's been getting some run, but I've been pleasantly surprised with his at bats. It's generally shocking how good his at bats have gotten, and I think he's going to get a lot of run here.
Yeah, I think part of it is he is playing more because Bochy would only put him in if someone needed an off day. Schumacher puts him in just randomly. He'll just kind of throw him in there, making sure he's getting at bats. He does that with all bench players. Schumacher definitely, I think, not throwing any shade at Bochy, he definitely manages the bench players better, making sure they're all getting playing time. But yeah, I mean, last year if you told me Young was out and we had to replace him with Durant, I'd actually be pretty annoyed. But like Durant hasn't looked bad this year. He's not he's not that 2023 Durant, but he's definitely looked better.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope that continues for Durant. He's been hitting the ball hard. Um, it's just the guys are hitting the ball hard. I know like the exit velo stat can be a little bit annoying to see because it's like, well, we're hitting it straight up in the air. Let's try to manufacture runs in some way. But also, you look at that stat, it's like the outburst has to come sometime. Um, Especially with them going on the road. I hope that this the hard hit percentage can just carry on the road and something good happens.
I mean, there's like about 4 or 5 homers and or flyouts in this game that would probably be homers in other ballparks, but it just dies, bro. I swear
Yeah.
there's a big ass fan right behind the warning track that just blows onto the field.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy out in this ballpark. And obviously, I see people like wanting a fences in thing, and I'm more for that than against that, honestly, with how this ballpark is looking, because it is very infuriating to see, honestly.
And it's inconsistent
Um,
as well because
yeah,
Donovan hit a 94-mile-per-hour homer. Smith did the same thing and it died.
yeah. Honestly, yeah, you need to hit like the perfect launch angle to get a ball out,
Yeah.
right? Um, Yeah, but also with bringing the fences in, that also comes with you need, the Rangers have a lot of fly ball pitchers, right?
Yeah.
Mainly Gore, Leiter, those two are like primarily fly ball pitchers and DeGrom for the most part. Um, so bringing the fences in would also put the pitching staff in a disadvantage. So that's a little bit of a mind fumble. Um, do we got any more on this game? I think we gave credit to all the pitchers because they're the reason they Rangers won this game by far. Won all the games in the series by far is how good the pitching was. The Mariners at bats were really bad, but the pitching staff did what they were supposed to do: attack the zone, just attack, 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 and that's what they did for all three of these hitters. So, uh, props to the Rangers pitching staff. Props to the offense for just getting the timely hits. That's all that the Rangers need is they need the timely hits, and you hope that the offense can be better. But if the pitching staff's going to be like this, you just need to get one or two timely hits, and you can be there. So now, unless you got something else, do you got anything else?
Nope.
Okay, so we go. They're going to be playing the Dodgers now, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We do live streams. I think I'm not gonna be live Friday because that's 9 p.m. F that shit. Um, but Saturday I'll probably be live again. Um, but it's Rocker versus Glass now, Leiter versus Emmett Sheehan, and then Degrom versus Roki Sasaki. Um, So yeah, just we're looking for Rocker to duplicate what he did in the first start, right? Just
His
make
history
sure
on
you're
the
mixing
road
his
is not
pitches.
history on the road is not great, so that might be
Yeah, yeah, but I still think it just comes down if he can just look like what he did there, he should be all right. Although the Dodgers are really, really good,
yeah.
I think just mixing his pitches. Had a lot of non-competitive misses last time. I think if he can get that under control, I do think he'll be all right. Um, and then it's lighter. Just keep doing what you're doing. Degrom, keep doing what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Um, I think some history. The Rangers faced Tyler Glasnow last year. I think he went 4 innings, 1 run. That's the day that Glasnow actually got injured while pitching against the Rangers. Um, but all these three guys, Glasnow, Sheehan, and Shisaki, we're gonna get high velocity fastballs. So very similar to the Mariners pitchers, they're gonna come right at you with some high velocity fastballs, and you need to be ready to hit. So let's see what happens, right?
Yep. Hopefully Carter can start turning on some of these because that's really been his problem. Just can't turn on it.
Yeah, yeah. Carter's had some trouble with the high velocity, but I do think that's just going to come with more time. Um,
Yeah, man.
but yeah, I think we're good.
Yep.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up. Join us for the live streams if you want. We live stream, talk about the game. if you care. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Rangers sweep the Mariners, and we'll see you after the Dodger series. Peace.